If you enjoy cigarettes and you live in Nolanville, some of your rights just went up in smoke. Chelsea Edwards joins us with the controversial changes. Now we've got a story for you that everyone is talking about this morning. One of Elizabeth Smart's kidnappers is getting out of prison next week. It's a decision the victim is calling incomprehensible. But when they showed up to 26 in Colcord, that's when that lengthy chase began. Chelsea Edwards is live on the scene, and it is a messy one. You're going to want to stop and take a look at this. The district says by Tuesday, any students living more than 2 miles away should have a bus picking them up and dropping them off. But parents, they say they'll believe it when they see it. The suspect got the guns from his father, information we did not know prior to that. Next week, the governor says he will hold roundtable discussions with all stakeholders to make sure that this does not happen again. A North Texas man with a long history of arrests is back in jail this morning. This time, he drove his pickup truck into a Dallas TV station. His neighbors say he struggles with mental illness. That might explain what police found at the scene. Most of these families are coming from Central America. How are they expected to know about this new administration stance and that catch and release is no longer?
Well, how would they know that catch and release even existed?
Well, they knew that catch and release existed because that's what would happen when they came over before. That's what happened previously. Things have changed since then. This is new. I'm going to step out of the way right now so you can kind of get a look at what's going on. You see some of the people right there. One of those women over there, she is actually one of the caretakers right now out here at what used to be the Branch Davidian compound. Now, Brian, just to be clear, when you say all clear, you mean everyone is safe, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, we're going to toss it back out now to Patrick Swan, who is standing by, obviously, with more information. This is the fluid situation. Let's see if we can get back out there to him. And right now, all the eyes of Texas and America, 30 miles south of Houston, on Santa Fe High School. And we've just gotten word that the death toll has risen.
Our Pete Sousa helped break the story last week. And Pete, what is Baylor saying today?
Yeah, guys, Baylor is not holding back. The university is calling McCaw's claims nothing more than speculation and gossip.
They try to cut everything away from me, from my old life.
Her rescue made the same type of headlines her kidnapping did. And today, almost 16 years later, Smart uses the nightmares she lived out in the mountains to take others out of their own personal wilderness. All right, let's try this one more time. I want you to say your name and how old you are. You go first, you go second.
Chris. Robert. 6. 5.
As you might have already figured out, Chris and Robert are brothers.
I love the Spice Girls. If you want to be my lover.
You got to get with my friends.
There we go. Then after that, you'll go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You see, you got it. You're like a pro already.
I have bought a patio umbrella that's beautiful
For $75. Trust me, we know. 1, you burn a lot of calories doing this. 2, you get snacks when you're finished.
Right, get all the way off the clutch. Don't touch the brake. Now turn left, turn left. Turn left.
Now we're going.
Get off the brake.
He's like Superman. He said, well, excuse you.
So yeah, he's like. That's good. It's way better than you've hit any other ball today.
Yeah.
On your mark, get set, go. Come on, hop, 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 hop.
I totally beat you.
Why
and
am I
I'm in
not
heels.
surprised?
And I'm in heels. Okay, so this is the fun part.
I think that was the photo finish. All right, we're done.
From the most watched station in Central Texas, this is KWTX News 10.
6:30 on Thursday morning, we're getting there. We're almost at Friday. In the meantime, I can tell you Taina Maya has the day off, the week off actually. She will be back on Monday. Brady Taylor can't take any time off because summer has started, and with summer, man, the heat is back on.
Yeah, you know, we were hoping to get a little bit of, let you know what we can expect through the weekend and into next week.
Well, no more rain here, but sinkholes seem to be appearing around the city of McAllen, and rain is the reason for those. The city near the U.S.-Mexico border has reported at least 5 sinkholes around town. The first one showed up Wednesday morning, and it appeared after a night of heavy rain. People living in the area say construction crews have been repairing the roads. And after days of saying his hands were tied, the president took action and signed an executive order. It ends family separation at the border. President Trump's order does not reverse the administration's zero-tolerance policy. Those crossing the border will still be prosecuted. But children will no longer be taken from their parents. The president faced mounting pressure from all sides, even from his own daughter and wife.
This is very good compromise legislation that not only solves the child separation issue at the border, it also solves the border.
Senators in Washington still say a bipartisan bill is needed to fix all of the issues. So with that executive order in play, there is still an issue. Was it legal in the first place to separate families at the border. Ryan Henson actually talked with an immigration attorney, and he joins us now in studio. What do you got, Ryan?
Back to you.
All right, Ryan, thanks a lot. We're going to move on right now. We're going to talk to you about an incident that happened in Killeen. This morning, investigators are starting to reveal more about a disturbing case. It involves a former substitute teacher in Belton and an underage student. 39-year-old Rachel Patino is charged with online solicitation of a minor. Reports say she sent provocative videos and photos of herself to a 15-year-old boy. Patino met the teen his freshman year. The investigation started in February. That's when the two began to communicate through Snapchat and Instagram. Patino was immediately removed from the district's substitute list. Airports can be crowded, and that makes it hard to keep your eye on everyone. But the FBI is saying staying alert is necessary now more than ever. The FBI has noticed a 66% increase in sexual assault cases being reported on commercial flights, and unfortunately, the agency thinks that number could be much higher. Many of the assaults happen on flights when the cabin is dark and victims are asleep.
Offenders will often test their victims, sometimes brushing up against them to see how they will react or if they wake up.
The agency launched a campaign earlier this year, Be Air Aware. It asked for people to come forward if they may have been victims. U.S. airlines are asking the Trump administration not to use their flights to transport children separated from their parents while crossing the border illegally. American Airlines was the first to take the stance yesterday. The airline says it has no desire to be associated with separating families or worse, to profit from it. United quickly followed suit. Southwest, Frontier, and Alaskan Airlines also criticized the practice. Here is a wild story that you might think is a joke, but it's not, and it's actually very serious. A man has been convicted for trying to seduce an officer posing as an underage victim, but wait till you hear how this guy tried to do it. 23-year-old Albert Maruna of Austintown, Ohio, was busted in December. Police say when this happened, he tried to seduce an undercover officer with, get this, Sprite, chicken Alfredo, and lube. He was sentenced this week to 7 days jail time and 120 days of house arrest. He will have to register as a sex offender. If you live in Coppers Cove or travel through there for work, listen up. You will want to avoid going down the intersection of W. Anderson and North 1st Street, North FM 116 today. Crews will be removing a tree and minimizing movement down one lane for southbound traffic and one lane for northbound traffic. The crew will begin work at 8 this morning and finish sometime this afternoon. 6:34 on the clock. No more having to shorten your sentences, Instagram users. We're going to tell you why IG is giving you some more time with your videos. Cancer patients without a car can get a lift to the hospital for free now. Why we're hoping this program is planning to expand.